Welcome 10th class. Hope so you all are fine. But at 10th class previously we have done our topic image location by spherical mirror formula, and I gave you example 12.1 and 12.2 to solve. Hope so you have done these two examples. Now next we are going to read about refraction of light. When we are going to discuss about refraction of light, I will first talk about this picture. Like you see here on your book, picture of a pencil, you see that is inside of water and outside, and the point from on which the pencil is coming outside of water, you see that there is a bend, like the pencil is broken from here. So this bend is due to the refraction of light. We see this band due to refraction of light. Now let's read about this. If we dip one end of a pencil or some other object into water at an angle to the surface, the submerged part looks bent as shown in figure. As we discussed before, its image is displayed between the light coming from the underwater portion of the object changes direction as it leaves the water. Because there are two paths, one is underwater and one is outside the water, when light come outside the water, so it changes its direction. The bending of light as it passes from one transparent medium into another, it is called refraction. Refraction of light can be explained with the help of figure 12.8. Now we will discuss about this. A ray of light IO traveling from air falls on a surface of a glass block. You see that this is the incident ray IO that is coming from outside, and when it enters to the glass block, at the air glass interface, the ray of light IO changes direction and bends towards the normal and travels along the path OR. Like you see, first the light incident ray light is coming, and when it changes its medium, it bends. Like you see, there is a bend in this way. If it comes straight, it can come in this way, but due to change in medium, due to change in path, it bends. And this is the OR. The rays IO and OR are called the incident ray and refracted ray respectively. The rays that are coming from outside, these are the incident rays IO, and that bends, that is the refracted ray, that is the OR. The angle I made by the incident ray, here is the angle of incident ray, and here is the angle of refracted ray, small I and small r. With the normal is called angle of incidence. The angle r made by refracted ray with the normal is called the angle of refraction. Here are the two definitions of angle of incidence and angle of refraction. When refracted ray leaves the glass, it bends away from normal and travels along the path ME. Like you see, when it leaves path, it moves out this glass box, it again come to the normal position. So this is the path ME. Here is the definition of refraction of light. The process of bending of light as it passes from one medium to another. It is called refraction of light. And here are some substances and their refractive index of refraction. You have to learn these. This can come in your objective. Next we have laws of refraction. There are two laws. The incident ray, the refracted ray, and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. Incident ray, refracted ray, and then normal all lie in the same point, in the same plane. Second law is the ratio of sine of the angle of incidence I to the sine of the angle of refraction R is always equal to the constant, that is sine I over sine R is equal to constant, and we denote constant with n. Here is the formula abbreviation, and it is called Snell's law. Next we have index of refraction and refractive index. First we will talk about refractive index, and refractive index is basically ratio of two things: speed of light in air and the speed of light in medium. Speed of light in air we denoted with c, and speed of light in medium we denoted with v, and refractive index is the n. After this, on page number 44, here is one example that you have to solve. After this, we have total internal reflection. What is total internal reflection? It is when a ray of light traveling in denser medium enters into a rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. From denser to rarer medium, when light travels, it bends, like you see here. Incident ray is coming from denser medium, and when it enters into the rarer medium, it bends, like you see here. If the angle of incidence I increases, the angle of refraction R is also increases. If the incident ray is coming, this is the incident angle, and if it comes from here, the incident angle increase. In the same way, the band also increase, so angle of refraction will also increase. For a particular value of an angle of incidence, the angle of refraction becomes 90. Like here you see, this is the dotted line, this is the normal for a particular, so the angle will be 90. The angle of incidence that causes the refracted ray in the rarer medium to bend through 90 is called critical angle. From this 90 degree, the bend that is caused due to refraction of light due to refracted ray, this angle is the critical angle. When the angle of incidence becomes larger, the critical angle, then the critical angle, no refraction occurs. When the angle of incidence will become larger than the critical angle, so there will be no refraction. Why there is no refraction? Because the entire light will be reflected back into the denser medium. This is known as total internal refraction of light. This is the internal reflection. That means the light does not go outside. It again come inside. So here is the next example that you have to solve for today.